Olá, amigos! No renascimento dos Jogos Olímpicos modernos, em 1896, as bicicletas já estavam na pista. O ciclismo foi uma das 9 modalidades disputadas. O Sport TV Repórter mostra a trajetória olímpica desse esporte que hoje chama a atenção pelos investimentos que faz em ciência e tecnologia. Você vai conhecer o domínio inglês, o desafio australiano, a força da Itália e vai saber como a Guerra Fria abriu portas para que União Soviética e Estados Unidos se tornassem potências também no ciclismo. Nesse bloco, a história do inglês Chris Hoy. Ele dá autógrafos como um astro de cinema.
For me, the only aim was to become an Olympic champion.
The Olympics are special. It's the biggest stage.
Other events we do are important, but they're always seen as a stepping stone towards the next Olympics.
The best in the world are at the Olympics.
The ultimate goal is an Olympic victory. Then you can say you've really made it.
I'll take it with me for the rest of my life, because an Olympic medal lasts a lifetime.
Um novo velódromo, o mais veloz do mundo, perfeito para provas de pista, vai receber o ciclismo, uma das modalidades mais aguardadas nas Olimpíadas de Londres. Sua geometria especial aumenta as expectativas por novos recordes. A Grã-Bretanha é uma das favoritas e seu talismã, Chris Hoy, está feliz por competir em casa.
It's breathtaking. I think it's spectacular from the outside. It's great to ride around here, and I can easily imagine now what it's going to be like come race day when the stands are full and there's a bit of an atmosphere and we're fighting for Olympic gold medals.
A equipe britânica mostrou sua força nos Jogos de Pequim em 2008. A capital da China, com 20 milhões de habitantes e cerca de 9 milhões de bicicletas, recebeu atletas do mundo todo, incluindo a elite do ciclismo.
Well, Chris Hoy just one win away from his gold medal.
It's a very odd feeling stepping up at the Olympic final, going for your 3rd gold medal up against your teammate.
Off the bank in and into the finishing straight now. Then can he hold on for? Oh, he's got it! He cruises to the line. He's won 3 here and in 3 different races.
So when you step in the podium and you see it and you see the flag go up, you know, it just brings it home that it's all been worthwhile, that it has worked out, and that this is something you've dreamt of all your life and it's actually happening right now. You're trying to absorb it, you're trying to take it in, and that can be quite overwhelming, and it certainly was for me.
As medalhas de ouro de Hoy em Pequim e Atenas o tornaram um astro dos esportes na Grã-Bretanha e o ciclista mais bem-sucedido na história das Olimpíadas. Mas até os heróis têm seus ídolos.
Just as I was getting into track cycling, Chris Boardman won the gold medal in Barcelona in 1992, and that was a real inspirational moment for me.
Em Barcelona, Boardman deu início ao domínio britânico no ciclismo e desenvolveu um trabalho importante, com foco nos detalhes e no design.
The Lotus bike was revolutionary principally because it brought in a completely new set of thinking to the world of cycling. We brought in an aerodynamicist from the world of motor racing, and he looked at the demands of the event rather than cycling. He wasn't blinkered by what a bike had to be. It didn't have to be a collection of tubes. So he said, well, why don't we make it look like a wing? So it was fundamentally a completely different shape to anything else out there.
Boardman enfrentou Jens Lehmann, o campeão mundial, na final de perseguição individual e teve um desempenho que sacudiu o mundo do ciclismo.
Jens Lehmann, the East German, who had been overtaken by Boardman in sporting terms, in cycling, in pursuit terms, humiliated by one of the great rides in cycling history. Lehmann had the generosity to say, I was beaten by the rider, not by the bike.
A dedicação de Boardman ao estudo da tecnologia lhe valeu o apelido de professor e o cargo de diretor de pesquisa e desenvolvimento da equipe britânica.
The sport of cycling is fundamentally about aerodynamics. Over 90% of the energy you produce is about just pushing wind out the way. That's where all of this force goes. The British team has developed a very, very good understanding of aerodynamics, and the rider themselves is over 80% of that frontal area.
Hello, Michael.
And I was allowed to assemble a team to go away and thinking, right, everything that isn't coaching and the physiology, what can we do to improve all those elements? So helmets, clothing, bikes, everything that they used. And that's what we did, and we did that to, I have to say, to some notable degree of success.
Os ciclistas britânicos conquistaram 8 medalhas de ouro. Nicole Cook ganhou a prova de estrada e estendeu o domínio britânico.
Nicole Cook took gold in the road race, underlining British dominance across the board.
The success of the cycling team is huge. A huge part of that is down to the support we have, and we have psychologists, physios, mechanics, people working on the equipment and wind tunnel testing. It's just about tweaking everything that you possibly can, and then when you add it all together, it's a net gain, and that's what we did, and that's still the philosophy we have now.
Um dos desafios mais fortes ao domínio britânico vem de um antigo rival esportivo. O ciclismo australiano está em ascensão e as raízes de seu renascimento estão nos desempenhos de Scott McGrory e Brett Aitken na modalidade Madison nos Jogos de Sydney. Uma prova de que o sucesso não depende só da tecnologia, mas também da força de vontade.
The memories re-jog every time I come back in here, absolutely. It's almost like a religious experience. It's a track like any other in the world, but it just does hold those special memories for Brett Aitken and myself.
Ambos estavam passando por dificuldades. Diagnosticaram a filha de Aitken com a síndrome de Rett e o filho de McGrory, Alexander, teve que operar o coração durante o voo dele de volta à Austrália.
Unfortunately, they'd nicked the valve in his heart, which put him into cardiac arrest. He was on life support, but pretty much it's over and he's not going to survive. Knowing that, I had to then board a plane in Singapore to make the journey to Melbourne to then get to the hospital, just hoping and praying that he would still be alive when I got there. Fortunately, I had 45 minutes at the hospital with him before he passed. Now this is 2.5 months before the Olympics, and in an instant, my lifetime dream of winning an Olympic gold medal completely faded to nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the teams.
However, encorajado pela esposa, Donna, McGrory persistiu.
Scott McGrory and Brett Aitken.
I remember being pushed up the ramp coming up onto the velodrome. Bizarrely, considering an hour and a half before I had no confidence whatsoever. And I looked at all of my competitors and thought to myself, you guys are suckers, you're going to lose.
McGrory e Aitken assumiram a liderança, mas a vitória não foi totalmente feliz.
I was in mixed emotions, going from, I guess, focusing a little bit too much on the tragedy, but then actually realising what we're about to achieve. The first Olympic track cycling gold medal in 16 years. Boyhood dreams are about to be realised. As we crossed the line, it was just jubilation, absolute euphoria. Feeling that, in front of a home crowd, you could hear the crowd. They were just so vocal, and it was really lifting us towards the end. And just an amazing feeling, and at the same time just wanting to get to the fence in the back straight. I knew where Donna was sitting, and I wanted to pull up as soon as possible, get to her, because we were the two that knew most how hard it had been, and in the middle of all the excitement of winning the Olympic Games, that lifelong dream, there was the personal tragedy that was overwhelming. course, I'm certainly looking forward to the Madison. We have Lee Howard and Cameron.
McGrory, agora comentarista de TV, está de olho nos seus sucessores no ciclismo. Nas Olimpíadas de Atenas, em 2004, Ryan Bailey ajudou a Austrália a dominar no ciclismo ao ganhar 2 das 6 medalhas de ouro do país.
While still indulging his famous fondness for fast food.
Nutrition is such an important role, I guess, in more of the endurance events, but also in the sprint events as well. But I guess it just shows that sort of quirkiness of Ryan that does make him an exceptional athlete as well. He does it his own way.
A australiana Anna Meares também ganhou ouro, mas no início de 2008, o treino dela para Pequim foi interrompido por causa de um acidente.
It happened so quickly. We were travelling at about 65 kilometres an hour, and I didn't even have time to put my hands out to try and brace for the fall. What I didn't know was that I was going to end up with a broken neck. I remember hitting the boards, and all I remember is a blur of colour going across my face and feeling instant pain in the left side of my neck and my shoulders. Then it's black and it's blank.
Anna Meares is a tough customer, but Pendleton has got that unbelievable speed.
O impressionante é que Meares voltou a pedalar e teria conquistado a medalha de ouro em Pequim se Victoria Pendleton da Grã-Bretanha não tivesse ficado em primeiro lugar. Mas de modo geral, a Europa não foi bem no velódromo.
Continental Europe, though, had failed to make a major impact in the velodrome.
Giving generous support.
Since its origins in the 19th century, this moving out into the English-speaking world with massively increased budgets, with this huge concentration on technology. It's handed an advantage, if you like, to the non-traditional cycling nations. The Italians, the Spaniards, the French, the Belgians have found it increasingly hard to keep up. Suddenly, whatever has been done in the past, if it can't be justified in rational, instrumental terms, then do away with it. Let's find another way of doing it.
Mas o velho mundo pôde marcar sua presença na mais nova atração do ciclismo olímpico, o BMX, que estreou nos Jogos de Pequim e ajudou o ciclismo e os Jogos a atrair um público mais jovem.
The BMX format of the Olympic Games is set with a high amount at the start, so you get more speed and you reach 70 kilometers per hour on the first jump. Speed is what I like the most. I can jump higher.
Chausson, de 30 anos, não era a favorita no BMX. Essa honra cabia à rival mais jovem, a campeã mundial de 19 anos, Sinead Reid.
Won by quite a few bike lengths in the World Championships in 2008, and I went in as favourite. I thought I was going to win.
Nobody is invincible. And when I went up the mount at the start, I looked at her and I thought, it's not for her, it's for me.
This is the start. Reid on the right gets a terrific start there. Going with her is Ankar.
I remember her going past me, and it was like the race was like 10 minutes long, even though BMX race is so short. And I was just thinking and calculating what I'm going to do, what am I going to do.
Once you are in the race, you are so focused that you just don't think anymore. I could feel her next to me, and I knew I had to give it my all.
I just thought, whatever's going to happen in this last corner is either going to pull off and I'm going to become Olympic champion, or simply it's not.
She's crashed. She touched the wheel of Chausson and she's gone down.
I only realised she'd fallen after I'd passed the finish line. I didn't feel her fall when we were in the last bend. I feel sad for her, but I think she took the wrong decision.
She never beat me for 3 years in the whole time she came back into cycling. And the last race she did, which was difficult, but you've got to respect what she did.
No próximo bloco, a força da Itália e a Guerra Fria abrindo as portas para que Estados Unidos e União Soviética se tornassem potências no ciclismo.